This round we have an LichT with a Take the Throne scrim matchup, and that's one we had discussed. Not really discussed, but like that was wished to be analyzed. That's pretty horrible match in the end with the results, and we want to try to break down what it is. In this attempt, I try not have watched the whole game before. I have some ideas what's going on, especially by the base stats, the end game. I would try to make it like in a rewatching style this time. Just before we had the god picks in before. We obviously have here an healer composition with 3-time healer, which in the end did not really come into play. Problem with 3 healers in a team is like double heal works usually, even if it gets countered. Especially the one is pretty powerful with his protection. And then Chang'e and Ra. This team comp has a lot of things, and a lot of things not. We have heal. We have basically no endgame carry. Anhur is not considered a high endgame hunter for that case. That situation, maybe another hunter would be stronger overall. It's hard to carry with Anhur, but the snowball would be good. On the other hand, healers are usually endgame gods or mid-game gods. Amaterasu is considered more endgame oriented, with her early game pretty much being pretty weak, and she starts up with level 9 around to full clear and make an impact in team fights and so on. On the other hand, we have an aggressive team comp. That's all the whole name of the team. We have an Thanatos jungle, a Poseidon middle, so we have a lot of pre-level 5 synergy between these two. A really strong level 5 gank and kill attempt play. We have the wombo combo combination of Athena plus Medusa in dual lane, plus the rotational power of Athena and Thanatos. Jingqian and solo is not the strongest choice, but against Amaterasu that should be an even matchup. Jungle should be in favor of Lich in this attempt. Early game should be in favor of Poseidon. Ra has more mid and end game status. Athena more rotational power than Sylvanas. Medusa more teamfight presence than Anhur, and a slightly better end game. Overall, the draft on the raw look plays in favor of LichT with the better early game aggression, a good end game. The main reason how that can win is that the heal gets through, and even with anti-heal, or the anti-heal cannot be fast enough, this comp will go off if it gets an early lead. If it's not getting an early lead, then the comp will most likely get destroyed or has to have a long stalemate to actually have a shot at end game. So not the best beginning thoughts about the match, but we go into it, and I try to make it on like one pace speed. We have here formation coming up already mid double mid, so support is hiding in the jungle. There's no vision on opponent. We know Poseidon is in the middle. So far, we don't know anything. That could have been spotted. I'm not sure if it was that Thanatos is hiding here. That he wants to go for it. The vision allows him to get an early poke off, which is already about 200 HP. Not too big of a deal. We have here an early invade. We can spot on the other side that we have 2 gods and solo side. So we have the dual lane side aggression. We have the mid lane still playing out. We have all lanes pretty much in a combat scenario, with the LichT roster having the better on 2 sides. Now we have the early aggression, and yeah, that Purification has no use there. He's diving the tower, maybe trying to get the second blood, but yeah. Solo side, right? That's what has to happen. Amaterasu has not a good clear, and against 2 gods, even just in the Athena. Losing orange early. On the other side, we're getting purple, because we have the number advantage. I probably would have liked to see a red buff invade instead of going for the wave, because the whole team was in solo side. I'm returning to the middle. Unusual to see it from outer side. Now we are having the rotation to red buff. It could have been done earlier, like I said, but it's okay. We're giving up elementals. Solo lane is still under pressure and won't get anything out of it. That's a lot of lost gold. We probably can... Hey, what? Already. Not so bad then. So we have the Network here. Didn't thought it was so what behind. And Terasa on the bottom, like we have to expect. Actually getting some gold here. We have the rotation towards the oracles. Good played. The opposing team is actually securing the blue buff with 4 man and giving it Poseidon. I just want to make a note here, I just see it. Giving mid laner the blue buff. Xingjian has the opposing blue buff, so 2 blue buffs, they lost their red. Poseidon can make use of the 10% CDM. Interesting play, I didn't saw that before, but makes sense. Second red buff secure. Could have gone, Anna got the first one, so giving it to mid lane makes sense here. Good early game so far, even though the level 1 mid lane fight was a bit weird. We have the 3-on-3 that shouldn't be fighted into, because if that Poseidon is close to level 5, he will get his ultimate and basically can win a fight, especially if there's no work side. Just one Aegis upside. Solo lane side, currently fighting. Xingjian will get the slight better hand, especially with his blue buff. We have here back of scenario. LichT is going for the mid camp. We have back rotation, eventually a 2v1 situation. No angle to get the kill. Good pull, actually. The jump overshot. Verification avoids. Good disengage from Medusa. Eventually a bit miscommunication there. The jump into the same thing as the CC was maybe a bit too much. The jump wants to follow up the Medusa dash in that case. Always try to catch the escape of the opponent after they used it or during they used it. So lane fight. Thanatos is ganking from the jungle side, if you can see it. He will be out of range. Gets a bit of clear. That's basically a double minion wave. Lazy back pays up, but a double minion wave, that's a lot of poke on the tower. Already that tower lost about 200 HP right there. And a lot of gold lost as well. The opposing team get caught by unbacking. Nothing gets out of here. And we have 1v1 hunter fighting. Good use of the pillar here. Wave is in favor. Good turnaround. Still a lot of damage into those chunks. Great play. That's just classics. But rotation comes. That's basically nothing you can do. You don't need to perfecate that. Even the outer rim of the damage would have killed you. Yes. Just hold on beats when you don't have the jump to jump out. That's maybe was a panic, but not worth the actually caught. And we have opposing Poseidon getting a red buff, team securing buffs at the moment. So we overall have our match set. Not a bad start. Overall, of course, that dual lane fight was pretty decent. Hunter fight, but the rotation comes and, well, you can see in the replay, if you take where he's rotating, I didn't caught all of it. But we had to do it upside down on minimap. Securing the oracles with the snipe, okay. It's a lot of golden XP, you don't want to be contested. You get the ward, they have a sentry ward here, so you have vision. They don't get much of the sentry ward on the time. Red buff goes against Hurrah. Could have been to Anna, especially after that solo kill on Medusa. That's a double push. Not much getting out. Shanga far out, but does not get punished. So, good ultimate, purification avoiding most of it. A 3-man ultimate, not resulting in all too much. Another dual lane fight, I see. And this time, jump before, so then nothing gets out of it. She gets a full wave clear. That should be disengage try. We don't get good disengage. Unfortunate, Medusa out-killing the whole wave. Don't stay here. If you stay here, we'll die. Okay, that's good. You're jumping over. Amaterasu is forced. That's a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, like I said, good disengage. One more wave. We all know that. We all saw that man doing. That's okay. Snipe again to secure mid camps. Why not? It's a low cooldown automate. You should do that, but it can come to harm here. Turn status on items. We will see what we have gold in hand. We'll have Thanatos and Poseidon. Middle lane. We want to go. Player damage. We see LichT has a hard advantage currently at player damage. Playing their overall cards right, Xingqiang gets the better end. Medusa gets the better end. At least poke-wise, the trades look actually pretty even. Thanatos making his name known. There's no way. Yeah. Good attempt. The escape will be enough to save here. They committed a lot here. Had counter rotation could have cost them a lot of players here. Not sure. We have dual side again. A trade going on. I guess here. Blue buff being done. And we have a chase. We talked about it in a different video. We have here a chase. And we're getting a lot of people from behind. Poseidon dying here. And that will be probably clean up. Medusa's rotating too. That chase when all opponents were at our blue buff. Lack of vision. Basically. Jungle survives here, Buanos, no way. That's another 2-man down. Gunning Poseidon for a long over chase. Even in like cooldown, ultimate cooldown, not every was used. Getting red buff out of it, so that's good. Getting the steal. The best thing to actually compensate for that. But that chase down shouldn't have happened if there wasn't any map vision on solo side. Going back. We have another attempt on chasing. Interrupt. Not sure. Yeah, that body block was good. Another kill, so far a pretty even game. We switched to player healing to actually see what our healer has so much done. That's not much. Compared to player damage, that's not even, with 3 healers, not even Thanatos damaged. Healed. And that's done. So far, healing is not paying off. Not the time for a healer. Another chase on Poseidon. Rough Snipe missing. Disengage is good time this time. And yeah, it should be a grouping over and mid. Xingqiang and Amaterasu is not important here. Poke home Thanatos overall. Amaterasu backing, and I was already back, so Hunter get their next items up. In that case, should be Devours and Transcendence. Poseidon looking for a Book of Shows here, so he will go even more into endgame to secure his team and good endgame opportunity and high damage. We have a 2-man taunt into an ultimate. Avoid of the knock up. Thanatos going for the knock up for the cleanup. Not gonna happen. Ultimates were trade. You have 3 ults down, 4 ultimates down. Actually, Xingqiang ult too. Medusa and Anhur coming over. Amaterasu in lane farming. We have vision. Overall. The LichT wards, so they have aggressive wards. We have aggressive wards. Overall, we have another dual lane fight. Switching over. Portal Demon found. Good engage. The both Maximum Moon and the Rough Snipe over the wall, getting 1 kill. Not stealing the objective, unfortunate. It should going to haunt, especially if they can back and get through the portal. That portal should be warded. and you guys don't have watered it. So we don't know who's going to the portal. We'll lose the orange buff out of it, and at the same time Gold Fury is made. It's okay. Orange buff for Gold Fury, but there should be somewhere vision around, especially when the portal is already dropped. They could rush Fire Giant. It's 11 minutes in, yes, but they could group for a tower. But they could have done it. If you can portal in 4 to 5 people into a Fire Giant, not gonna happen, but Fire Giant at 10 minutes is not much tankier than he was in Season 3. Now, late engage, Thanatos engage, making up. Double kill for Jing and clean up. And yeah, we probably just saw what went wrong. Then we had the Athena engage, Thanatos with the secondary engage. Clean up by Ching Chen and Thanatos will use 4 to 1, and maybe I didn't really catch it, but I can assume it was again in full commit on Poseidon, resulting in a disaster. Also jumping in place. Best thing you could have done here is jumping over the wall away from the fight. They have no jumps to follow up. And you could have survived it. You would have lived long enough to get to the wall and jump over. Trying to fight it maybe gets a kill, but it's death anyway. Surviving is usually the better thing to do. Now, look to the graph. We have about a 3k XP lead for Lich. Gold is also 3k, even though we got the Gold Fury. So we are over losing, especially what I can see so far. Poseidon getting focused a lot. He is using his damage to self-peel for him, and waiting for his team to capitalize, especially with the delayed engage from Thanatos. And of course, Athena, Taunt, and Medusa ultimates doing a lot of work, and probably damage. We can see the self-heal damage from Poseidon. Ching Chen is poke damage, but we have all these on top. Chang'e doing max damage, and Sylvanas shouldn't never be on second position in player damage on your team. Not in early game, not in mid game or end game. Anhe and Ra do not have enough impact at the moment. We can go shortly to the player healing. Missed engage here. Kinda missed that. But yeah, we have again engage. Poseidon getting the clean up, Kraken hits down. Another one dies. The bleed looks like the bleed does not get stopped anytime soon. Healing wise, the heal 5k, 7k. 7k less than Thanatos did damage. Usually when you have one healer and we have like the highlight top level plays, we have in the end game one healer healing enough to take out the strongest carry damaging. So far, 3 healers cannot compete with Thanatos alone. Of course we have safe sustain, good return damage overall, and secured purple buff. That's something. Getting wave back, losing some creeps to the tower. But orange buff gets another time invaded, blue buff is another time gone. So 2 important buffs, especially the orange buff is always important. Good pull, the return damage. Turning around wasn't fast enough. Great snipe. I see a lot of good rare snipe of you guys, but it's not enough. 1 kill, 1 for 1. Not even. Sorry, not 1 for 1, but yeah. Going back to items. We have here Constellation. Level wise, slight level behind. Everybody's 1 or 2 levels behind the game. Hunter close to even. Stack wise, they were finished around the same time. Since it's already full, Evows is good to go. I will make minion kills. They have a lot more creeps overall killed. Not a lot more, but Medusa getting about, what's that, 27 creeps more. So at some gold, last hitting is important, especially for hunters. So laners maybe not so much, but yeah, Amaterasu is expected to lose a lot of creeps early. Yeah, opposing team is making ready for Gold Fury and Fire Giant. Again, no wards in that area. No wards at all. We have one ward on the side who was just placed. We saw earlier a lot of wards in inventory. It's really confusing to make it like top down. Oh, get used to it. Good chase, execute, good, avoid, but the follow-up clean will anyway get it. Just passive comes into play. And now we have another dangerous moment where Poseidon can get a good cracking off. Tower is close to getting fallen, so it's not a safe spot to retreat to. On the other side, Hunters are not going to be in the play. The opposing team is switching out, getting a bit push on middle lane, doing blue buff. They don't want to fight that. They will get the tower anyway, anytime in a few. We have a mid lane grouping. Aegis out. Medusa timing is good. Kraken hitting 3 with 1 in center. 2-man clean up and yeah. The one should die here.
Triple kill.
A bit late with the ultimate. But 3-man Medusa ultimate.
Quadra kill.
That's the quarter. I heard that it will end up in close to Penta. And Aegis building it up. It's a deer side. They're going for sure. It's a clear up. The solo lane tower will probably fall. The orange buff. For the demon and tier 1 tower. And solo lane are all objectives you can go for. Probably mid lane tier 2 would have been the best. But yeah, we lost the team fight. We finally have some wards here. Now it's too late for that point. LichT getting another Portal Demon. A bit more map pressure. Going back to the graphs, 5.5k, so we lost that fight with about 4k effective gold behind. And a lot of XP. The XP difference always makes immediate effect. The one is now trying to contest the Fire Giant. One of the gods with the lowest steal potential, especially from that passing. It's not a good pass to try to contest. And Fire Giant. There's LichT zoning with 2 people. Getting the FG. There's not much you can do to prevent it. Anna has actually an angle will be a bit late. Tries to ultimate out. We had a bit of aggression. And yeah, we're losing another one. And it will, from now it will be a downhill battle, an uphill battle, and probably is not just still returnable with a good team fight. But now LichT will get at least all the tier 2 towers, probably that tier 1 tower, or they go for Phoenix. They probably won't. They're not using her ultimate here, so they will go for another tier 2 tower. And at least the tier 1 tower they will get also Gold Fury included. That will already ramp up the gold lead to about 13,000 gold. See an aggression, just to zone away. That tower's freezing gun, no way to defend it. Bit of Jin hope, 4 level difference, there's no way to fight that. You will need 3 people at least to beat him. Red buff is lost. They will opt for Gold Fury and for the tier 1 tower. Santos is doing his push. You have Jin zoning in the middle. And yes, that's basically the another one. Gold Fury done. They will actually even do the last one. Fire Giant still has 2.5 minutes. They will try to get the additional gold. If there's a chance to beat them, then it's here, because they have a lot of gold in hand. No defensive wards to see if there's an attempt. That was wasted this time. But he had no idea where the Poseidon was. Thanatos will get the clean off. Pretty sure. And yeah, Thanatos in the backline now. You get a sandwich. They can either render one of their players for the tower. But if you lose here the team fight, you're going to lose a Phoenix in that iteration. And losing 4 towers and a Phoenix in 1 Fire Giant, it's not good. They will reset here, they still have 1.5 minute time, so they did the towers pretty fast. As long as they don't get any Phoenix out of the first Fire Giant, there's still a chance to recover, but if they get a pre-25-minute Phoenix against that team, that team comp with a triple healer, there's not much a chance to really return. Item-wise, we get the Word of Asclepius finished, important item, will benefit the whole team, but it's probably a bit too late. We will see here on player healing. The player healing starts to be effective. We have the, when I find it, 21,000 player damage on Medusa already. So we still have 3 healers who cannot really compete, even all together cannot compete with Senators. Still, one god, and not even the highest damaging god, deals more than the player healing 2 allies. Engage. Ching Chain ult will result in another kill. Kraken wasn't needed, but who cares anyway. Amaterasu gets out. That will be a Phoenix. They still have 30 seconds on Fire Giant, so that Phoenix will fall relatively quickly. Medusa getting another ult. Not effective. They're going for kills. Good snipe, but it's too late. It's too far down its battle.
What a bargain.
The only way to actually save that game is probably to hope for some Titan Wonder defense. It's taking a long time to do it, but they have to reset here. Fire Giant is ring off in 3 seconds. It's basic. It's really hard to recover from 70k gold lead. They will get even a second Fire Giant because you guys lost 3 players in the process. Like I said, losing 4,000 one Fire Giant, okay, that's bad. But also losing players so they get even Phoenix out, given they played really well here, objectively. Getting 6 structures out of a single Fire Giant, it's a lot of gold. You can see it here. That's about where the Fire Giant started. And they nearly got 9k gold out of it. So, at that point, defense is pretty much the only hope you can have. You can try to use your displacement CC to reset the Titan multiple times in a combat scenario under the Titan. You basically cannot contest any Fire Giant, Portal Demon anymore on the map. Getting some farm back, especially 4 level difference, 2 level difference, 3 level difference for another 2. And they're not even on the full end, so 21k experience lead is nearly fully effective, and that's over 10 level difference on the whole map. That's pretty much a half a player more on the map, plus all the gold. That's a full build for that half player more. So you're basically playing now in a 5v6 situation, or how you want to call it. We have a small split push going on. I mean, try to stop the bleeding, I guess. There is not real hope to return it unless they do a mistake. Jump gets interrupted and countered. The only chance to defend that is to actually force a multi-time Titan reset. They're opting to go for the last Phoenix because they cannot get it. We have
Maybe our hero should contact
nothing to say about here. We have 4-man taunt into the wombo combo Medusa ultimate. That was a spectator glitch, and that's game. Well, from the timing, it's not. Oh, it's game. It's game. Yeah, pretty much the last fight was a 4-man Athena taunt into the wombo combo Medusa ultimate. That's why you draft Medusa and Athena in the same team. Well, that's GG, I would say. I hope that was somewhat insightful in the total game. I tried to make it in one rush. It was a bit difficult for me. But yeah, that's pretty much the overall downhill. We have here the player stats. Again, we come back to healing. Athena, meditation, and 3 healing gods. I think that should tell the story of the game. The healing strategy did not work out. It would have been a hard strategy to perform. Probably more aggressive gods would have fit better for the physical side then. Or switching out one of the mages for an actual carry mage or high damage mage other than Ra. Play damage wise, that's pretty low. Amaterasu never really got out of the early game. We had some good play opportunities that were actually used. We had that multiple time over chase on Poseidon, who died twice, but always got his damage off. He is not the playmaker here in the end, but we had that one play where we had 4 people or 3 people chasing, and the whole enemy team was at their blue buff and rotating from behind, cutting off any retreat path, and it was the only slaughter. And then it got a long bleed. The fire giant could have not been contested. That wasn't really in your power to do so. But we had, after that fire giant, we lost 6 structures, and that shouldn't be happening. You cannot defend the towers at that gold lead. You can try to make them waste. Like, if you can somebody poked out, like the hunter or something, you can delay the fire giant. Losing like 3 structures, or at maximum all towers, would have been more than enough and maybe recoverable, but losing 4 towers and 2 phoenixes basically lost the game. That one great taunt by Athena just ended it really, really quickly. Well, that ends so far my analysis about this game and the review. I want to hear what you guys think about the type of like watching the whole game in one go without really knowing what's happening. It was a bit chaotic. I was confused by the like chaos side vision. Probably should have turned it to the default type of view. Maybe use the assist mode, but that's something we can check out. So farewell.